Now that a lot of the hype for Guardians of the Galaxy has started to die down a little bit, I have noticed some legitimate and valid criticisms about the Marvel Universe as a whole coming from different corners of the internet. Which is why I wanted to make this video, because I'm really enjoying these Marvel movies and I don't want to see them peak prematurely. I want them to continue making great movies. So here are the top 3 problems that I think Marvel needs to be aware of in moving forward. Understand, I'm not having a go at Marvel, I'm just trying to help to point out what I consider to be some possible danger areas for them moving forward. Number 1, stop with all the death fake outs.
Excuse me? Fury almost died.
Yeah, and then he didn't. I'm sensing a pattern here. Coulson, Stark, Loki, you thought they were gone, and then they weren't. You should be careful with that.
He has a point, though. You keep dying and bringing people back to life, nobody will accept it if one of you actually gets killed someday.
Exactly. It's like the boy who cried wolf. When Marvel finally does decide to kill off an important character, probably nobody's gonna care anymore because I've already seen so many characters supposedly die and then come back to life. Agent Coulson in the Avengers, Nick Fury in the Winter Soldier, Pepper Potts in Iron Man 3, you know, she falls into the fire but then survives because of Extremis, Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy, and don't forget Loki, twice. Both Thor movies had a fake death from Loki. And I do know that that's part of Loki's sort of trickster side, but you see what I'm getting at here. It's too many death fake outs. And people are starting to wake up to that. I would say that Marvel maybe has just one more time that they could get away with it before the general movie-going public starts to twig. Us comic book fans and like movie critics and that have already twigged that this is something that they keep doing, but for the general movie-going public, they've probably got one more chance to do that until that horse is run into the ground. So don't waste it, Marvel. Use that one last chance and kill somebody who is important and make it permanent. Otherwise, this is just a universe that has no consequences whatsoever. And that's just kind of not as much fun to watch. Number 2 is kind of the exact opposite of number 1. Stop killing all of the bad guys. I can't even count how many of the bad guys that have come and gone from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Obadiah Stane, Malekith, Ronan the Accuser, even Robert Redford got killed and he didn't even have superpowers. You know, they could have just written it that he got locked up at the end, but no, he had to die as well. Come on guys, you're making Man of Steel look like a humanitarian by comparison. He only snapped one neck and for really good reasons. You're just killing all the bad guys. Look, the reason the Batman and the Joker are able to have really epic battles is because they've built up a rivalry over a long period of time. They know each other both so well. That's where the best battles come from. But you can't create those kind of rivalries if you're just killing off all the bad guys. So stop it. Stop killing the bad guys. Keep some of them around to build up those rivalries and give us those great stories. For example, Crossbones in Winter Soldier, you did keep alive. That's great, that's fantastic. Use him. Make him an enemy of Captain America. Keep him around, you know, or maybe bring in the real Mandarin to take on Tony Stark in Iron Man 4. That would make perfect sense since the real Mandarin and Iron Man, they actually already kind of do have a history in the cinematic universe. Not just because of the stuff that happened in Iron Man 3, but also because it was the Mandarin's organization, the Ten Rings, that kidnapped Tony Stark in the very first Iron Man movie. So you could say that, in a sense, the Mandarin actually created Iron Man. That is a classic comic book theme right there. You have good villains, but you need to keep them around and build up those stories. The only bad guys that haven't been killed off so far, apart from Crossbones, is Loki, who technically isn't a bad guy right now. He's actually an anti-hero. And Thanos, who hasn't really done anything yet. I mean, the Avengers thing, that was kind of more of a Loki-ish thing than a Thanos thing. And Thanos, he doesn't even have any of the Infinity Gems yet, which is exactly my third point. Start getting the Infinity Gems together. All of us comic book fans know that we're leading up to all of the 6 gems being gathered together on a gauntlet that Thanos will have that will give him these amazing powers. We know that, and because we know that, we understand why it is that each one of these Marvel movies is centered around one of these gems. But the normal movie-going public don't know those things. So from their perspective, each one of these movies is kind of the same story over and over again. Oh, there's this powerful gem. We need to get it before the bad guy gets it.
Every one of these Marvel movies has the MacGuffin. The orb or the cube or the sword, or it's always like that one thing that's going to destroy the universe.
Welcome to comic books.
I know, I guess, but every one of these movies has that. I'm so tired of it.
You need to explain openly within the universe what Thanos is doing and why he's doing it. Then the audience will understand why each movie is centered around a gem, and it won't just seem like you're recycling the same plot every movie. We know that you're not, but the general public, they won't know that you're not. So explain it within the universe. And at the moment, we know where at least 4 of the 6 gems are, so why doesn't Thanos have even one of them yet? I mean, Star-Lord was able to just walk into a cave and just pick one up. You mean to tell me that Thanos, who has, the resources of an empire and this huge army at his command, he wasn't able to send a scout out to find that cave? You see what I'm saying, right? Thanos is going to need to get his hands on either a gem or the gauntlet itself, and soon, or else he's kind of just gonna look like a lame duck villain. If he's not even able to get a single gem when every other character in the Marvel universe seems to be able to stumble across them at all times, he's not gonna seem like a very viable threat for Earth, is he? So let's get the gems together, let's get the gauntlet together, obviously not all of them, because it's going to be Avengers 3 for that, and start showing the general public that they're going towards Thanos. That's what we're building towards. So Marvel, those are the 3 areas I think we need to watch out for, and if we do, then this sweet, sweet Marvel ride that we're on will not be ending anytime soon. Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you agreed or you got any additional points you want to add, put them in the comments.